Let's solve this problem. Show the effect of the following transactions on assets, liabilities and capital through accounting equation. A. Started business with cash rupees 1,20,000. B. Rent received rupees 10,000. C. Invested in shares rupees 50,000. D. Received dividend rupees 5,000. E. Purchased goods on credit from Ragini rupees 35,000. F. Paid cash for household expenses rupees 7,000. G. Sold goods for cash which are costing rupees 10,000 for rupees 14,000. H. Cash paid to Ragini rupees 35,000. And the last one, deposited into bank rupees 20,000. Okay. Now let's solve the problem. Let's start the problem. This is the format transactions. We have to write assets here, liabilities and capital. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. It means assets will be always equal to addition of liabilities and capital. Okay. Now the first transaction from the problem. Started business with cash rupees 1,20,000. So I will write started business with cash rupees 1,20,000 means there will be asset of rupees 1,20,000. So cash 1,20,000 एक asset निर्माण झालेली आहे. There will not be any liability, and as the owner invested rupees 1,20,000 into business for starting the business, it will be his capital. So capital will be rupees 1,20,000. Okay. Now let's make the total. Total assets are of rupees 1,20,000 is equal to 1,20,000. So this transaction equation is completed. Now the second transaction. Second transaction is rent received rupees 10,000. So rent received. We have received rupees 10,000 as rent. So our cash will increase. Cash rupees 1,20,000 plus 10,000 is equal to 1,30,000 is equal to, there will not be any change in liability, and as rent is our income, our capital will increase by rupees 10,000. So 1,20,000 plus 10,000, that is 1,30,000. Okay. Now let's tally the equation. See, total of asset side is 1,30,000 and it tallies with liabilities plus capital. So 1,30,000 is equal to 1,30,000. Okay. Now the third transaction. ABC is given. So A, B and C. C transaction. Invested in shares rupees 50,000. So invested in shares. Invested in shares. Now they told us that invested in shares rupees 50,000 means they have taken investment of rupees 50,000. त्यांनी 50,000 रुपये शेअर्समध्ये पैसे गुंतवलेत, त्यामुळे आपली कॅश कमी होणार आहे बघा. सो कॅश 1,30,000 मायनस 50,000 minus 50,000. So it will remain rupees 80,000. At the same time, new asset is created, namely investment. You can also write as shares here. So investment rupees 50,000, new asset has been created, is equal to, there will not be any change in liability and capital will remain as it is. So 1,30,000. Understood? So now we will tally the equation. Total asset size total is 80,000 plus 50,000, that is 1,30,000, and is equal to dash plus 1,30,000. So 1,30,000 is equal to 1,30,000. ओके, कळतंय सगळ्यांना? प्रत्येक इक्वेशन नंतर आफ्टर एव्हरी इक्वेशन द बॅलन्स शुड टॅली. It means assets total should be equal to total of capitals and liabilities. Now the fourth transaction, D transaction. Received dividend rupees 5,000. Received dividend. Okay. Dividend is also our income and we are receiving rupees 5,000 as dividend. So our cash will increase. So cash rupees 80,000 plus 5,000. We are getting 5,000 dividend. So we will add 5,000 in cash. So total cash will be rupees 85,000. Investment will remain the same, that is rupees 50,000. There will not be any change in liabilities. And capital, dividend is also our income. At the time of rent received, we have added the income in capital. So 1,30,000 plus 5,000. We have to add dividend in capital as it is income. It's the rule that revenue and expenses, revenue should be added and expenses should be deducted from capital of the owner. Okay. So capital will be 1,35,000. Let's tally. Total of asset side is 85,000 plus 50,000, that is 1,35,000 is equal to dash plus 1,35,000. So 1,35,000 is equal to 1,35,000. Now the next transaction, E. Purchase goods on credit rupees 35,000. Purchase goods on credit. The owner is purchasing goods on credit worth rupees 35,000. So there will not be any change in cash as he is not making the payment. He is purchasing goods on credit. So cash will remain as it is. Investment will remain as it is. There will not be any change in investment. As he is purchasing goods, new asset, that is goods means stock of goods, will be created worth rupees 35,000. Okay. Now the liabilities. As we are purchasing goods on credit, new liability will be created, namely creditors, rupees 35,000. Okay. And capital will remain as it is, that is 1,35,000. अंडरस्टूड. गुड्स क्रेडिटवर परचेस केलेले असल्यामुळे गुड्स आपल्याकडे आलेले आहेत, नवीन ॲसेट निर्माण झाली आहे 35,000 रुपीजची. कॅश आपल्याकडनं गेलेली नाही. सो अमाऊंट इज पेएबल टू समबडी. सो न्यू लायबिलिटी इज क्रिएटेड, नेमली क्रेडिटर्स, rupees 35,000, and capital will remain as it is. Now let's tally the equation. Total. Now the total of these amounts will be 1,70,000 is equal to creditors 35,000, liabilities, total liabilities is 35,000 plus capital is 1,35,000. So 1,35,000 plus 1,35,000 is equal to 1,70,000. 1,70,000 is equal to 1,70,000. Understood? Now the next equation, F. Paid cash for household expenses rupees 7,000. Paid cash for household expenses. Here the owner paid rupees 7,000 for household expenses. Household expenses is personal expenses of the owner. So these rupees 7,000 will be considered as his drawings. This 7,000 is going out from the cash. So cash will be cash. Old cash was 85,000 minus 7,000 minus 7,000. So cash will remain 78,000. Okay. There will not be any change in investment. Investment 50,000. And goods, that is stock of goods, you can say as stock here, which is more correct, 35,000. There will not be any change in creditors. So creditors will remain rupees 35,000 only. And now the capital. Old capital was rupees 1,35,000 and drawings of the owner will be deducted from this amount. So 7,000 we have to deduct. So amount remaining will be 1,28,000. Okay. Now see, owner is taking away cash from the business. So we have deducted his drawings from cash. The amount remaining is 78,000 and drawings means withdrawn cash by the owner for his personal use, household expenses. So it is deducted from capital. Now let's tally. Total of 78,000 plus 50,000 plus 35,000 will be 1,63,000. There will not be any change in creditors, plus capital is remaining 1,28,000. Okay, 1,28,000 plus 35,000 will be 1,63,000. 1,63,000 is equal to 1,63,000. Understood? A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, let us continue here. I will write down the balances. 1,63,000 is equal to 35,000 plus 1,28,000. 35,000 plus 1,28,000. These are our balances after 6th equation. And now 7th transaction. Sold goods for cash costing rupees 10,000 for rupees 14,000. First we will write down every asset. Our cash is 78,000. So cash 78,000. Then investment 50,000. Investment 50,000. And goods 35,000. Goods 35,000. Okay. Now the next 7th transaction. Sold goods for cash. Sold goods for cash. They told us that the goods were sold for cash whose cost is rupees 10,000 and they are sold for rupees 14,000. Okay. So goods are going out worth rupees 10,000. So we will minus 10,000 from goods. So goods will remain rupees 25,000 here. Okay. They have sold goods for rupees 14,000. So we are receiving cash rupees 14,000 here. So we will add rupees 14,000 in cash is equal to 78,000 plus 14,000 will be 92,000. So our cash will be rupees 92,000. त्यांनी गुड्स 10,000 रुपयाचे विकलेले आहेत. सो 10,000 रुपये आपल्याकडून 10,000 रुपयाचे गुड्स आपल्याकडून जात आहेत. पण त्यांनी 14,000 प्राईस चार्ज केलेली आहे सेलिंग प्राईस. सो आपल्याला 14,000 रुपये रोख मिळत आहेत. त्यामुळे आपली कॅश इन्क्रीज होते 14,000 रुपीजनी. ओके, अंडरस्टूड. देर विल नॉट बी एनी चेंज इन लायबिलिटीज. सो क्रेडिटर्स विल रिमेन 35,000. And now capital. Old capital is rupees 1,28,000 and in this transaction they have profit of rupees 4,000. 10,000चे गुड्स बाहेर जात आहेत आणि 14,000 रुपये कॅश येते, म्हणजे 4,000चा प्रॉफिट झाला आहे त्यांना. सो प्रॉफिट शुड बी ॲडेड इन कॅपिटल. सो हिअर वी विल ॲड 4,000 इन 28,000. सो आन्सर विल बी 1,32,000. ओके. So let's tally now. Total 92,000 plus 50,000 plus 25,000 will be rupees 1,67,000. So total assets 1,67,000 is equal to creditors 35,000 plus capital 1,32,000. Total of creditors and capitals is 1,67,000. 1,67,000 is equal to 1,67,000. Okay. Now the next transaction, that is H. Cash paid to Ragini rupees 35,000. Cash paid to Ragini. From the problem in fifth transaction, that was purchase goods on credit from Ragini. We have purchased goods from Ragini on credit rupees 35,000. So this creditor is namely the name of the creditor is Ragini. Okay. Now they have paid her cash. So cash is going out from our business. So cash 92,000 minus cash paid to Ragini 35,000. The amount is not given. No, given here rupees 35,000. Sometimes amount may not be given here. We have to understand that we have to pay her dues, that is rupees 35,000 here. So cash 92,000 minus 35,000. So cash will remain rupees 57,000 here. Investments as it is, that is rupees 50,000. Goods, that is stock, rupees 25,000 here. Okay. Creditors were rupees 35,000 and now we are paying her dues rupees 35,000. So creditor will be 0 and capital will remain as it is, that is 1,32,000 capital. Okay. Let's tally. Total of 57,000 plus 50,000 plus 25,000 is 1,32,000. Liability is 0. Capital is 1,32,000. Okay. So 1,32,000 is equal to 1,32,000. And now the ninth, that is last transaction, I. Deposited into bank rupees 20,000. Deposited into bank. Here cash is deposited into bank rupees 20,000. So our cash will reduce. Our cash was rupees 57,000 minus 20,000. So cash will remain rupees 37,000 here. New asset will be created, that is bank, cash at bank. It will be rupees 20,000 as cash is deposited into bank. धंद्यातली कॅश काढलेली आहे म्हणून कॅश कमी झालेली आहे आणि ती बँकेत भरलेली आहे धंद्याच्या अकाउंटमध्ये म्हणून कॅश ॲट बँक ही नवीन ॲसेट निर्माण झाली आहे 20,000 रुपयाची. इन्व्हेस्टमेंट will remain the same, that is rupees 50,000. Goods, that is stock of goods, will be rupees 25,000. No creditors, and capital will remain the same, that is 1,32,000. Okay, let's tally. Total. Now total of 37,000 plus 20,000, 57,000 plus 75,000 will be 1,32,000 is equal to 0 plus 1,32,000. It means 1,32,000 is equal to 1,32,000. Okay, that's all.